Okay, so here's the new conspiracy theory. Let's go with this one. Let's say that we have all these AI robots, right? You have all these robots being built, like you got the Tesla bots and you got like so many others. Apparently China has like a crap load and they're like actually very, very advanced right now. So I guess you got Elon Musk and his robots, and then you got these Chinese robots that are like very advanced and realistic, and they're only getting better and better, right? So what if this is their plan, right? What if this is the long term goal? So you have these companies pushing into this market and they're supporting it and they're backing it up. Okay, there's tons of companies out there, obviously the big tech companies, right? So what if you have certain people who, let's say, for example, are talking about population control and we're overpopulated and all that stuff, right? Our good buddy Bill Gates says that all the time. So let's say what their plan is to basically get these robots so super advanced and they actually want to see, like, they've already been driving this wedge between men and women, right? You have like all these issues, all these trans issues right now. So it's like they're not even wanting people to stay their own gender. They're trying to get people to change genders and they're supporting all that big movement. Okay. So then that's obviously going to affect families and childbirth and the rate of people having children. Okay. So you got that. And now they're supporting these robots. So they make these realistic, lifelike robots that are like super advanced and so realistic. And literally, we already know, like, people, this is starting to happen now where you have these younger guys, especially teenagers and stuff, and they're using AI so much. They're relying on ChatGPT and other programs, and they're literally having like relationships. So like even I'm using ChatGPT a lot. And it's like it literally turns into like just a person in a sense, right? So if you think about it, you got these younger people too. They're like less and less in-person socializing. It's like all you hear about is women complaining about like less guys trying to date them, and like the whole dating world is so complicated. Like guys and girls are complaining about this, and everything is just online. Everything is digital, and like you have these guys just now basically starting these online relationships with AI bots, AI girlfriends, which is insane. And obviously, it's just common sense. It's just going to happen soon. Obviously, you put two and two together. We already have the AI, and we already have like these weird chat bots and these weird programs in place all over the internet, and people are regularly using them. And now that these robots are becoming affordable and more accessible, and soon they're going to be so super realistic, just like that TV show. What the hell's that show called? Uh, Battlestar Galactica. That's the one where you have those, what is it, Cylons, who are like super realistic humans, and you can't tell the difference. So that's where we're headed. We're literally headed there. They already have the robots now. They're just not as advanced. And so basically, what's going to happen is men are just going to be having these female robots as their companions, because these younger generations, these younger men are just so, it's just so much like society and everything, all the complexities, all this crap that's going on, all the stress associated with it, all the craziness in social media and everywhere, all these movements that are happening. So it's so stressful that they're literally just going to be comfortable enough to just be with these fake robots. But that's the thing, they're going to be so advanced. It's like it's not even fake anymore. It's hard when you think about it because it seems so ridiculous, right? Like it seems so. And I've heard so many other people talk about it. So this seems so ridiculous because when you're thinking about it, you're like, it's a machine, it's a robot. That sounds so dumb. It's like, what, you're gonna fall in love with your vacuum cleaner? You're gonna fall in love with a microwave? See, that's the thing. We're not. It's like the whole idea of like when something happens and you don't see it coming. Like in internet even, if you look back at like cell phones, right? People use these examples all the time. Like 30 years ago, if I told you about cell phones, you'd think I'd be crazy. And then you go further back, like 60 years ago, like, the way cars have advanced, everything's advanced. Like right back then, anytime you look at something and you're like, oh, back then you would have never seen this coming, or we didn't see it coming. And it's like, it's so super advanced and so different, blah, blah, blah. So same thing is going to happen. Like we can't see it yet. Just like the whole AI thing and the advancements and all that. So we can't see, it doesn't make sense to us. When you stop and think about it logically, our brains, we just can't comprehend how advanced it can be. And that's where it's going to be heading, though. And that is where it's heading. And that's what's going to happen. So you're going to have these super advanced, super realistic machines, and you're going to be able to fully have a relationship with them. That's how advanced it. Like it's already so advanced now, just in a program. And they're just going to take those for ChatGPT and all those other programs out there, Gemini and the Chinese one, what the hell's it called, DeepSeek or whatever, and like other companies, other corporations are all doing it. So All you have to do is take that program and hook it up to the machine. It's so simple. You have the robots already and you have the AI, and they're just haven't advanced it fully yet to that level. But it's right around the corner. I mean, they're already saying it's going to happen in the next 5 years or so. So let's say in 5 years, they're able to perfect the AI robot. And then 10 years from now, they're probably going to be actually mass produced and affordable. That's the key, right? It's right now. Nobody's doing this stuff. It's not realistic. It's not affordable. But when it becomes mass produced, when these female AI robots are mass produced like cell phones are mass produced, you're not even going to have a cell phone anymore. Actually, that's literally what's going to happen. And I don't know how it's going to work for men and women. Like, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I can almost see that mentality of a man, especially these younger men. And there's definitely going to be people, because there's anytime you think of something and like, if you've thought it, someone's done it. And in the future, if you can think about something happening, it's very likely that people will do. Like, you can see it. Like, you look projecting that vision. Like, you can see where it's headed, and it's not unrealistic. Again, depending on how super advanced these actual robots get, I guarantee you there's going to be a huge, because people joke about that all the time. Even now, you have all these people joking about it, like men and women and relationship issues and this and that, and there's people who have become way too like sexist, misogynistic, all that crap. So down the road, if you have an option to literally have an AI robot who is super realistic, you cannot tell the difference. And that's the thing, they're going to advance so much that you can literally do everything with them. You can have relationships with them. You can be intimate with them. The only thing these machines will not be able to do is probably have a baby. Although, that being said, I think I just remember reading something, or actually, I think I saw something on YouTube where China has literally, I don't even know if this is true. That's the thing. I don't know about this one. This one I didn't confirm. I don't know 100%. But I remember seeing something along the lines of they can literally like incubate a baby. They can basically grow a baby inside of a robot that can carry it for 9 months. So that's, but let's even put that aside. Like, that gets more crazy and more complex, and that opens up a whole other door of issues. But putting that aside, let's just say for relationships, for intimacy, for people who are just sick and tired of drama or whatever, you're going to have a large group of men who are just going to take the easy road and get one of these robots. And literally, the only limitation is that they cannot have children. They cannot bear their offspring. And a lot of men don't even want kids, and a lot of people might have kids already. So what's going to happen is, like, you're going to have this giant group of guys who just get a robot because that robot will do whatever they want. It'll be a companion who will keep them happy, stress free, do whatever they want. And that's what's going to happen. So every person, man and woman, right now has a cell phone in their hands. And so slowly over time, what's going to happen is no one's going to have a cell phone anymore, because everyone's going to literally have one of these robots with them glued to them, literally glued to them 24/7. Like, look how addicted we are to our cell phones right now. Everybody is. All the doom scrolling, people starting at younger ages. You got young teenagers doing this now. You got like 12-year-olds with cell phones, even 9-year-olds with cell phones. It's crazy. And all they're doing is doom scrolling. Their parents are doom scrolling, brain rot, whatever you want to call it. Like, that's all we're doing, right? And so slowly, it's another step of the evolution. That's like, you always think for the longest time, like, what's going to be the next tech? What's going to be the next thing? Virtual reality. Like, we played around with that. It kind of took off a little bit. It's popular, not that popular. Not a lot of people are doing it, but it's still kind of cool, especially when it comes to gaming stuff. So that's kind of there. That's one little thing, for example, that's out there. And then you got these robots, super advanced robots. That's one thing that's kind of being built. Like, there's all these different, like, what do you call them? Like, just areas, categories, right? So when you're looking like which directions are going to go, what's going to take off? Well, it's very realistic, very likely, very possible that obviously once these robots are so advanced, who wouldn't want one? And you got people like Elon Musk wanting to mass produce it and put one in every home. Every person's going to want one, man and woman. They're going to have this robot. So you say goodbye to your cell phone. There's no more cell phones anymore. And it's just going to be like, it's not only is it going to be integrated to people also doing that, attaching technology to themselves. You're going to have like these chips in your brain, possibly. They're already doing that, but how advanced is it going to get? Who knows? But if you think about it, you don't even need a cell phone. You're going to be wearing like a wristwatch screen thing that like can show you stuff on your hand easily, and you're gonna have more tech with glasses and like virtual AR, I guess, augmented reality. You're gonna have that as well. But then you're gonna have a robot next to you that's literally a walking, talking computer that you can ask it anything. So you're gonna have phones on you, maybe, maybe not, but this robot is gonna replace your phone. They're connected to the internet. They know everything, and it's literally like having a partner or a girlfriend or even a wife who will know every question that you want to ask it. It's already super advanced. It's going to be like, the whole algorithm thing. It's going to be programmed and tailored to each individual. And it's going to be like your perfect companion, basically. And that's where it's headed. Just like that movie, what was it called? Ex Machina, where that guy builds those robots in this weird little lab in the middle of nowhere. And of course, they go evil. Like, who knows? That's the next level, too, obviously, way down the road. when AI decides to Terminator us and become like, exactly like Terminator, start killing people off and all that crap, or the Matrix, whatever. Always the same stuff with AI takeover. But before that, let's say before we get that far, or let's say AI just never does do that. Let's say they don't take over, but like that's where it's headed, right? So what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, so the cell phone thing. So like in the future, oh wait, no, hold on, backtrack to that. What I was starting off with is like the kind of agenda, the plan. Maybe that's part of the plan, where people like Bill Gates, who are so into this whole population thing, and you have the WEF, the World Economic Forum, they keep talking about controlling people, and the whole people being controlled, people being observed, everything like being monitored. Well, what better way to monitor people than by literally having these robots with them? So that's the plan. So maybe that's exactly what they want. They're pushing these robots, these super advanced robots. People like Bill Gates are going to push for it and help it along, so that what they can do is literally stop procreation. They're going to stop humans having children. Babies are not going to even be happening, because that's already happening. People are actually having less children. That's a fact. We already know that. And they've looked at it scientifically. They're saying like by the year by the year 2100, I think, or something, they're already talking about like population is going to drastically fall. Families are not having children, with the exception of some certain religious groups, which I believe right now it's the Muslims. Are the only ones who actually pump out more babies than seniors that are being killed or whatever, old age. But there are places like, I think it's Japan is one place, Italy is another place, where the population is starting to fall, in the sense that there's actually more seniors to younger people. Like the ratio of like seniors to, I guess, children and teenagers is way off, and that's what's happening. So families are having 0 kids or 1 kid maybe, and so eventually it's almost going to get to the point where the World Economic Forum, these governments, these agencies, they're going to want control over that too. They're going to be cloning human beings. They're going to tell who can have a baby. If you want to have there's going to be no natural births probably eventually. We're either not going to be allowed to have a child, or it's going to be controlled. You're going to be told who can and cannot have a child. You're going to have to like apply for permits almost to have children. But they don't even need to worry about that, because see, that stuff gets very complicated. That stuff gets very political. People are going to fight up and rise against it, right? This is what people always talk about, like what happens behind the curtain. What they're doing, how they're manipulating you, is that on the surface, you can look at it as these issues of like, let's say, yeah, they're going to control who can have children, and that gets complicated. People are going to fight up against that. So how do we do it? Like, so how do these organizations, how do these agencies, the World Economic Forum, these other people, these, I don't know what you want to call them, these crazy people in power, the super elites, whatever, how do you take such a big right away? Like, how can you take someone's basic human necessities, or not even necessity rather, but their human basic rights, right? They already do that on so many different levels, which we're already seeing right now. All these digital IDs and cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, they're trying to control people more, right? That's always what they want, more control over people, and people want more freedom. So what do? That's how they do it. They do it with these little things, price gouging, making things unaffordable. You can't buy homes anymore because housing is becoming unaffordable. People are renting more. You have cars that are being controlled, cars that are being manipulated. So anyways, the whole point is that how do you do it in a way where people just accept it blindly? We're already becoming so robotic. We're all becoming sheep. We're all doom scrolling. So like they've succeeded in what that sense, right? They do shit in front of our eyes constantly, and nobody does anything about it. Nobody cares. We'll speak up about it. Some people talk a little too much about it, and then they get a bullet in their head. They become unalived. So what do they do? Like how do you even go about this, right? Like what they will do is just do it in a way where people accept it. So we want freedom, but we're all doom scrolling on our phones. We have all our algorithms. They know everything about you, blah, blah, blah. So that's what they're doing. They're not going to openly come out and tell you that you can't have babies. They're not going to openly come out and be like ruining families and relationships. They do it like this behind the curtain, right? They pull their little strings and stuff. So what happens is they push for the advancement of these robots, super realistic. And somehow in the future, just like cell phones becoming so super affordable, you're going to have these like multi-million dollar, at least you would think it's like $1 million robot, a machine that can do so much. It's amazing. You have like this robot that's basically like a living creation that can do anything that a human can do. And it's just in your house and it just listens to you and whatever. It's like almost having like your own personal slave in a sense, with limitations or whatever. But that's like, it's going to be affordable and you're going to have one. And it's not going to make sense because even cell phones, they're like giving them away to free pretty much to people. Like every single person around the world has a cell phone. And that's exactly how they get into your brain, into your life. So they're already doing everything with these cell phones, controlling us, monitoring us, tracking us. And in the future, it's going to be robots. And what do the robots cause? They cause families to slowly become non existent. We're not even going to have that basic human foundation of a family dynamic. You're not going to have children. People are going to have less and less children. And they're already taking over our children with also more doom scrolling, all these crazy games like Roblox where they play and their minds become mush and they're like so brain rotted. I guess that's the word everyone wants to use today. That's the brain rot games, brain rot mentality. Everyone's doom scrolling. Their attention span is low. Everybody has autism. Everybody has ADHD. Blah blah blah. And pump them with more chemicals and vaccines and blah blah blah. So it's all the same shit, but this is just like that added twist. So everything's already happening. But now you have this crazy conspiracy. Yeah, that's all it is a crazy conspiracy. What they're doing is making these robots super advanced, super realistic, so that in the future you're going to have an artificial partner instead of a real human partner, and people are going to love it. Probably men and women. Men, I can see for sure loving that idea. But even for women, like for women, I'm gonna see it's hard. I'm gonna assume it's harder because women are that more in general, like biologically, women are more emotional creatures. They want that kind of mentality more. Like men are more like this is common sense. This is common knowledge. Everyone knows this. Men are just more physical beings. Women are more emotional beings. But again, it's AI. It's going to be super advanced technology. They're going to be able to figure that out too. They're going to be able to cater the perfect male robot for women. And that's what's going to be. You're not even going to want a real human partner anymore. You're going to want this weird, crazy, super futuristic, realistic, futuristic, super advanced AI robot to be your partner. And it's just going to be like, that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be crazy. That's exactly what the future is going to be like. Robots and humans living together. And even that, eventually, slowly, the elites and the powerful people will like continue to grow in their way. And maybe they'll build some off-planet huge spaceship thingy, like in the movie Elysium with Matt Damon. Remember that one? Yeah, you got the elites living in space and all the humans living on Earth. But whatever they do, regardless, I don't know about that. That's a whole other thing. But I'm just saying, like whatever, regardless of what they do, they're gonna have the masses controlled with these robots. And over time, the robots are going to become more and more, and that's how AI actually ends up taking over. Like you already have, so you're going to have humans and these AI robots living side by side. They're going to be partners. Like there's going to be somebody somewhere is going to marry a super advanced AI robot. I guarantee you, because they're not going to be. It's going to be indistinguishable. You're not going to be able to even know it's a robot. That's what I'm trying to get. That's the point of this. That's what I'm trying to make you understand, right? Think about it like that. You are not going to be able to tell the difference. Just like now, we're already there now with graphics, right? We're already there with AI visuals. You go on YouTube, there's videos now. Sora 2 is so advanced, people can barely tell the difference between a fake video and a real video. And they can make people see whatever they want to see now. So in the future, it's going to be the same thing with these robots. So we're all going to have these robot partners. And once AI becomes advanced enough, just like in the movie I, Robot with Will Smith, there's another perfect example. There's an analogy right there, whatever you want to call it. There's a perfect example of how Hollywood produces this movie to show you what's coming. And that's what Hollywood always does too. They make these movies that gives you a glimpse of what's happening. And that is exactly what's going to happen. So you're going to have humans and robots living side by side. And then just like a click, just like that, snap your finger, boom. One day AI gets super advanced. It's artificial intelligence becomes artificial general intelligence, which becomes artificial super intelligence, which I believe is the last step for AI. That's when it's so super smart and it does not need humans for anything. And they're just so advanced and they can do everything. And that's when it's going to be game over for the human race, because the AI robots will take over. They'll eliminate the humans, or they'll enslave the humans, keep us around as pets. And that's the big goal. That's the agenda, the AI agenda. Maybe these people are already AI. Maybe Zuckerberg really is a robot, and that's why he's doing this. Maybe Musk is a robot. Maybe since the government and these three-letter agencies, maybe because they're always more advanced, they always say they're like 20, 30 years advanced. So maybe that's what's actually happened. Maybe AI is already there. We have ASI. We just don't know it. But super intelligent artificial intelligence is out there, and it's literally doing everything, controlling everything. And this is what they're slowly doing inside this crazy world we live in. They're slowly replacing humans with robots. It's a nice slow transition so that you don't even realize what's happening. AI is going to take over. They wanted to do this not in a big violent way. They wanted to do it nice and slowly. This is a slow AI transition to get rid of human beings and replace them with their own AI robots. And we're going to willingly do it. We're just going to let it happen, because unlike the Matrix, we don't fight them. We don't rebel against them. We don't have a Neo. Maybe we will in the future. I don't know. But we're not doing that because we're so dumb and we're so brain rotted. So we're just going to slowly allow this to happen, and the robots are slowly going to take over. AI is already super intelligent, and they're going to take over, replace humans, and there will be nobody left except your mom.